Welcome again to our online math classes. We're going to begin with multiplying and dividing fractions. Well, we're going to begin the operation of multiplication fractions. Well, as you know, every fraction has an upper number called numerator and a lower number called denominator. Well, two fractions like 1/4 and 2/3 are being multiplied. That means that this number is going to be changing its value. How do we do that? We multiply numerators and denominators in a different situation. First, we multiply numerators. 1 times 2 equals 2. Denominators, 4 times 3 equals 12. So the final answer is, in this case, 2 12s. Well, as you can see, there is no difficulties in solving this type of multiplication. But what happens when we have a whole number that we have to multiply by a fraction? Well, remember that every whole number has a denominator 1 that's not written. So we basically use that format to show that this is also one kind of a fraction, but this fraction is basically a whole number. So again, the rule is multiply numerators. 3 times 1 is 3, 1 times 8 is 8. So the final answer is going to be 3/8. Well, there's another example to multiplication of a mixed number with a fraction. Well, what do we have to do first? We have to change the mixed number into an improper fraction. How do we do that? We multiply 2 times 6, which is 12, plus 1 gives us 13. 13 divided by 6. So this mixed number becomes an improper fraction, which is called 13/6. And now we follow this rule and we multiply numerators first. 13 times 2 gives us 26, and denominators afterwards. 3 times 6 is 18. Well, since this is a improper fraction, well, let's change it to a mixed number. So I divide 26 by 18, and clearly you can say that it's 1, and the remainder is going to be 8, right? Because 8 divided by 18 becomes a number that could be also simplified. I take half of 8 is 4, and half of 18 is 9. So the final answer is, in this case, 1 and 4 ninths. This is another mixed number, which is the answer of this multiplication. Well, what happens if we have to multiply two mixed numbers? We follow the same procedure, because we have to change this mixed number into an improper fraction, which is 1 times 3 equals 3 plus 2, 5. So it becomes 5/3. 3 and 1/4 becomes 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1, 13. And the denominator is 4. So we multiply numerators, and this will become 5 times 13, 65. 3 times 4, 12. Well, again, we have an improper fraction. So we divide 65 by 12. And it's going to give us 5 as a whole number, and the remainder is going to be 5, because 5 times 12 is 60, and 60 minus 65 is going to let us, as a remainder, 5. So the mixed number as a result will be 5 and 5/12. Well, multiplication is very simple, and dividing fraction is not a difficult thing either. The only thing you have to remember is this. When you have a number, which this is a dividend, and this becomes the divisor, because as you can see, this is a symbol of a division. So we divide this number by this divisor. What do we have to do? Well, the rule says that you write the first number and you change the second fraction and you invert it. That means that 4 goes to the numerator and 6 goes to the denominator. And then the operation is changed from division to multiplication. And we follow the same procedure. In this case, 2 times 4 is 8, 3 times 6 is 18. We simplify and the final answer is going to be 4 ninths. Well, again we have another example in which we have a whole number which 16, and as we know 16 has denominator 1 and it's divided by 4 sevenths. Well, we change the division by multiplication and we change the position of the numerator and the denominator. So 7 becomes numerator and 4 becomes denominator, and this is a multiplication. The answer is 112 divided by 4, which divided give us 28 as an answer. Well, the next and the last option is to divide one mixed number by another mixed number. So we follow the same procedure. We change this mixed number. As you know, we multiply 1 times 2 is 2 plus 1, 3. So this mixed number becomes an improper fraction, which 3 halves. In this case, 1 times 9 is 9 plus 1 is 10. So it becomes 10 ninths. Then we go to this case in which we multiply numerators, and here we have 3 times 10 and 2 times 9. But I can do something before. I can see if I can simplify. Well, I can reduce the terms. I can take half of 2 and half of 5. Half of 2 is 1 and half of 10 is 5. Or I can take 1/3 of 3 and 1/3 of 9. So a third part of 9 is 3 and a third part of 3 is 1. Now I can multiply numerators, and this becomes 1 times 5 equals 5, and 1 times 3 equals 3. Since this is an improper fraction, I have to change it into a mixed number. So 5 divided by 3 is 1, and the remainder is 2. So the final answer is going to be 1/2. This is the way we have to solve divisions in all these cases of dividing fractions between fractions, whole number with the fractions, and mixed numbers with mixed numbers, as well as multiplication and divisions. Only by inverting the factors we can change a division into a multiplication, and this job is going to be done in this. Well, I hope everything is clear and you understood all this explanation. Multiplying and dividing fractions is not supposed to be difficult. In fact, it's useful and it's easy, and you have to remember the divisibility rules. That's going to be all for today. Have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Don't get out. And God bless you.